When self-driving cars first became reality, I was amazed. The idea that a machine could drive safely, follow rules, and avoid human mistakes seemed like a dream of progress finally coming true. I imagined a world with no drunk driving, no fatigue, and far fewer accidents. It felt like technology was finally catching up to our hopes for safety and convenience. But as I learned more, I began to realize that behind the promise of self-driving cars lies a difficult question. An ethical dilemma that challenges what it means to make moral decisions in a world run by algorithms. At first, the concept sounds simple. Replace human error with artificial intelligence. Yet driving is not just about logic. It is full of unpredictable moral choices. Humans don't only react to data. We interpret, hesitate, and decide based on instinct, emotion, and empathy. When we drive, we make small ethical decisions without even noticing. Slowing down for a child on the road, yielding to an ambulance, or reacting differently when another driver seems panicked. A machine, however, can only act according to code. And that code must be written by someone. This is where my ethical dilemma began. If a self-driving car is involved in a situation where an accident is unavoidable, how should it decide whom to protect? Should it prioritize the safety of its passenger, who trusted the car, or the pedestrian crossing unexpectedly? Should it swerve to save a group of people if that means endangering one? These questions are not theoretical anymore. They are real issues that engineers, philosophers, and policymakers must face. When I first sat in a self-driving car, I felt both excitement and fear. The vehicle moved with calm precision, scanning the road with sensors, predicting distances, and adjusting speed without emotion. Yet inside me, something felt uneasy. I wondered, could a machine truly understand the meaning of life and death that comes with every decision behind the wheel? To a computer, a human is just data, a moving object with mass, velocity, and coordinates. To us, a human is a person, a story, a family, a future. That difference changes everything. Ethical dilemmas in self-driving cars often come down to the trolley problem, a classic moral question from philosophy. Imagine a runaway trolley heading toward 5 people. You can pull a lever to divert it onto another track, where it will hit only one person. What should you do? There is no perfect answer. Whatever you choose, someone gets hurt. This same problem now exists in real life, but instead of a human hand on the lever, it's an AI program making the choice. Some people argue that machines should always minimize harm. Others say they should protect the passenger first, since that person accepted the risk. Still others believe the car should act randomly in unavoidable accidents to prevent bias. No matter what rule is chosen, it reveals what society values most: individual life, majority safety, or fairness. Writing that rule into code forces us to define morality with mathematical clarity, something humanity has never truly agreed upon. The debate about self-driving cars goes beyond the road. It is a reflection of how humanity chooses to share responsibility with machines. Every line of code represents a moral decision, even if it looks like a simple instruction. Engineers may say they are building neutral systems, but neutrality disappears when lives are at stake. Someone, somewhere, must decide what the car should value most in a crisis. Governments will eventually have to set universal standards for ethical algorithms, but can they ever represent everyone's beliefs? In some cultures, protecting the elderly is considered sacred. In others, saving children takes priority. In still others, preserving the majority outweighs protecting the individual. The global nature of technology means that one decision may not fit all societies. The ethical rules written in Silicon Valley might not match the moral expectations of Tokyo or Mumbai. Creating global AI ethics may be the most complex negotiation in modern history, and yet this challenge also holds hope. Discussing the morality of self-driving cars forces people to think about ethics in everyday life. It reminds us that behind every innovation lies human responsibility. We cannot blame machines for decisions that reflect our own values. Instead, we must use this moment to define what kind of society we want to build. One driven by compassion, transparency, and accountability.